Hello, my name is Jörg Bücke and I'm with BIAnalyst. Today I'd like to introduce you to one of our tools. It's called Performance Monitor, and it can be used for housekeeping tasks in standard SAP BWs running Oracle, IBM, Microsoft, whatever database, or SAP BW on HANA, as well as BW for HANA, because the underlying objects are still same or much the same. I will start with some tools we have integrated in our performance monitoring and housekeeping monitoring. For example, PSR checks. If you run data loads into your existing BW for HANA, in BW for HANA, of course, you don't have PSA anymore, but in your standard BW, you will have loads into the PSA from PSA to the staging area like DSO, ADSOs, cubes, whatever. And sometimes PSA is not really deleted. I will show you a different video how to delete the PSA in a physical form. Today I'd like to introduce you how to spot orphaned entries in PSA without going from data source to investigate if there are any entries and if you can delete it. I created this program to do it on a very, very convenient way. So what you do is, you see it's in test mode. I can trigger a process chain dynamically. That means you have to create a standard process chain with PSA deletion, later on with changelog deletion, and do not enter specific entries. This will be done or can be done by help of this program. So the program is capable of starting the process chain automatically, so very convenient. How does it work? So for example, you like to delete or you like to analyze. If you're in test mode, you analyze your PSA for a specific time range until 14th of May, or if you delete this entry until the last 21 days, so that means all PSA will be indicated older than 21 days. You can search for specific PSA or application areas. I will keep it simple in this little demo. If I click on PSA check now, PSA has been analyzed. It will show all data sources. It will show you the process chain where some specific item has been integrated. This, of course, is our demo system, so there is not much of scheduled process chains. And you see, if I go down to the bottom, in my little demo system, I have already 3 million records. And you see there's data from 2015, 14, so old trash, always been kept in the BW. And especially if you go to, or if you intend to move to upgrade to SAP on HANA, those housekeeping tasks can be very valuable because unless you clean up your PSA and change logs, all this data will be converted to HANA. It will shrink the size, but it will still have some additional costs on HANA licensing. For one of my last customers running Oracle and migrating to SAP BW on HANA, we shrinked the PSA and the data size for conversion to HANA by about 2 terabytes. And 2 terabytes is a lot. So you see everything is in here. I can go forward, I could enter different dates. And if I would select or deselect the test only and display the run the process chain, everything will be done automatically and it will be cleaned up. The same we do have here for change logs. If I like to see all change log that can be deleted, for example, until today, I just enter the information, or I enter the number of days, or I select a specific change log. I can do the test as well, or I start the process chain without test. Then, for example, process chain info, I execute the thing, and then you see, okay, this is my DSO change log or ADSO change log. And I see in my change log, I have 1 million records in our small test system. And they're all very old-fashioned. Everything is, because it's an ALV grid, everything is sortable. So if I use a sort button, I see, okay, there's even entries from 2014, 15, 16 up to 2019. The next kid on the block here for the tool set is a workbook analysis. Performance analysis for SAP BW and BW for HANA for about 22 years now. And the workbook analysis is very useful, for example, if you like to see unreferenced workbooks. Unreferenced workbooks means those workbooks cannot be executed in full because somebody deleted a query. So in the background, I'm examining the workbooks and its queries. And if there is a query not available anymore, this workbook will be called unreferenced. So if I click on test run, I could delete it. I could download workbooks directly. So for example, you can use a tool for downloading workbooks from productive environment to test environment to sandboxes systems, or even back to the development system. If I execute it now, I will see nothing is unreferenced for Analysis Office. So Analysis Office workbooks are fine. If I switch on the BAX workbooks, as you can see, after executing, you see the workbook IDs, workbook description, the file size. So you can even use this tool for finding out who's saving workbooks in incredible sizes, when the last savement was done. You see the role where the workbook has been added to. You see the user. You can scroll down and so on. Like I said, it's unreferenced. I can go for specific years. I can select workbooks only older than 2020, 2019. I can clear the personalization of workbooks if you like to get rid of old-fashioned entries. I can download a specific workbook by workbook ID. So first analyze and download. I can download all workbooks to local drive. Or, for example, if I like to delete a specific workbook, I can directly delete it from here if I turn off the test run. Thanks for your audience.